Hey friends, today I wanted to talk about creating certainty during uncertain times. And I know this coronavirus pandemic has really been difficult for a lot of people. Any ounce of certainty that they had a few days ago or a few weeks ago has pretty much gone out the window. And I wanted to share with you this wonderful Tony Robbins video. And he and his beautiful wife, Sage, just shared some thoughts, and I'll post a link below. But I wanted to share some of the major insights within the video. So, what he talks about is how to create certainty. Think of things that we do, sort of at an intellectual level, other behaviors that we indulge in that are already uncertain. Things like getting in the car and driving. Did you know that you're much more likely to get hit by a drunk driver or to be in a car accident with someone that is texting and driving than getting, in a plane crash or possibly even getting affected by the coronavirus? And I'm not saying this to be controversial at all. I'm just talking about facts and that, every day when drivers get on the road, they put themselves in relatively uncertain situations where we just don't know what is going to happen. We don't know if we're going to come back home safe and sound. And yet, we indulge in those behaviors on a regular basis. So, why is that? How is it that we have created certainty around what could be deemed a very uncertain situation? And the answer to that is faith, right? We trust in a higher power, in God, that when we leave that house, we're going to come back. We're going to come back safe and sound, and we're going to be okay. We trust that although there's just these tiny little yellow and white lines in the road, that people will stay in their lane, drive how they're supposed to, and not affect you in any way. We trust that all of these unpredictable things will result in a desirable result and that we will have a desirable outcome. So, what I'm trying to say is that fear and faith cannot coexist. Instead of focusing on the fear, and Tony Robbins says, where focus goes, energy flows. Instead of focusing on the fear, focus on the faith. Focus on the faith that you are okay. Focus on the faith that you are exactly where you're supposed to be. Focus that everything is happening for you and not to you. Focus that everything that I need is right here around me, within me. Everything that I need is, right here. I am safe and sound. I've got a roof over my head. I've got food in my fridge. I've got all the people that I adore that are right around me. And focus on the faith that God's got your back, that we are okay and we've got this. So it's really important to not get caught up in that media stream. And there was a live that I did the other day, and it talked about how 1 minute of fear results in an hour of impact, of negative impact. And the opposite of that is that 1 minute of joy, 1 minute of laughter can have positive impact for up to 24 hours. We have the onus of responsibility as leaders to step up. We have the onus of responsibility to be that positive voice amidst a society that is so focused on the negative. I feel like I have the onus of responsibility to be a beacon of hope. And hope is so important. A lot of people today don't have hope because they're so caught and distraught by their fear. They just don't know what's going to happen. There's a lot of unpredictability, but yet we can be the face of hope. And the more hope that we spread, the more joy we spread. We spread by connecting. We spread by loving. We spread by picking up the phone and contacting someone that we love and just saying, I'm here for you. What support do you need? That is so tremendous. And that is something that we all can do to share and spread joy and hope in this world. So I hope that inspires you to do something that may be uncomfortable, but that you reach out to someone that may need you and may need that support and they don't know where to get it. And I really hope that that inspires you. The second thing is what I think is so beautiful is the level of consciousness that I think this whole pandemic will result in. This pandemic isn't isolated to just the United States, our nation, our country. This is a global pandemic. And I think the gifts that will become as a result of this will be global gifts. What if we were all to stop taking for granted all the things that we did before? The simple freedoms, the simple, like just kind of the mindlessness that we indulge in before, just going from one activity to another, just doing all the time. And what if this was a time to reclaim our joy, to reclaim the love in our hearts, to reclaim just being connected with ourselves, right? Like it's when I indulge in what makes me happy in my creative stuff, by singing a song, by writing and journaling, by meditating, by cooking, by baking, by indulging in all those creative things. That's what creates joy in me. And what if we were to, one person at a time, indulge in self care, indulge in more joy, slow down, and pick up the phone and inspire someone else to do the same? We all can be beacons of hope, one person at a time. So I just wanted to share that with you, and I'd love to hear in the comments what it is that you're doing today and this weekend to spread hope and to spread joy. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend.